2025 NFL team previews Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs off their third straight Super Bowl appearance 6 months ago, exactly to the day. KC lost 22-40 to the Eagles. That was only the fourth double-digit loss in Mahomes' career. In the team preview before this, I talked about the Jacksonville Jaguars and how they were the most unlucky team in the league last year. Well, KC was the luckiest team in the league last year. They won 15 games, but only covered the spread in 7, which isn't crazy when you're the defending Super Bowl champs. Your point spreads will be inflated, but KC won every close game. But I will preface this by saying it's not also crazy. The best head coach and QB combo in today's game found ways to win close games. They've been doing this. They're 47-20 in the Mahomes era in one-score games. But this past season was even an outlier for them. They played much closer to like an 11 or maybe a 12-win team. And how we know this is based on a metric I use called the blended fourth quarter win probability, which says they won 4 games over expected. That's tied for the 5th highest overachieving season since the year 2000. For anyone who doesn't know what the blended fourth quarter win probability is, I explained it more in depth in the Jacksonville team preview, but in summary, it's what we would expect a team's winning percentage to be if we just credited the team for their performance in the majority of the game, excluding the unpredictability of the fourth quarter. The blended version excludes only the final 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. KC won 4 games on the last play of the game. They somehow survived 3 games where their opponents had the ball with under a minute remaining and a chance to win or tie. And a perfect example of this was a game they survived at home versus the Raiders on Black Friday. Raiders kicker Daniel Carlson has been one of the league's best kickers over the last few seasons, 7 for 11 on 50-plus yard attempts. 3 of those 4 misses came in that one game versus KC on Black Friday. 2 second-half misses and 1 miss with 2 minutes left in the game. KC went and won by 2 points in that game. Chiefs were obviously a very good team, and I'm not trying to say they weren't, but just based on their numbers alone, they outperformed at the highest rate. The offense finished 15th in points scored and had a plus 59 point differential, which was the worst in the Mahomes era. Regardless of how they do it, KC has now won 11 games or more in every season with Mahomes as a starter. As a team, they're 5-2 to the over on their season win total. Only 2 times they went under their win total, and it was both by a half point. Head coach Andy Reid is 10-2 to the over on his win totals as a head coach the last 12 seasons. I don't care what regression may come from overachieving last season. This is not a team I'm betting against in any way. In my opinion, KC goes back to the Super Bowl again, or at the very least, the AFC Championship game versus Buffalo. I'm expecting an MVP-type season from Mahomes, but as it's priced, it's just not worth betting for me right now. I have KC with a tougher-than-average schedule. I have their average opponent rating a half point above a league average team, but I think their opponents will play better than their projected. In other words, when we look back at their schedule at year's end, I think it'll play tougher than it looks at this point now in August.